Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Do not adjust your YouTube settings. It's your favorite movie podcast, and I'm your favorite host, Paul Gursky.
He's right, folks. Not about being the favorite host, but we're live and in living color without the live part because we recorded this last week. But I'm Katelynn Pedri, and like I always am, I'm excited to be here.
So please, sit back, relax, and let us take you on a weird journey for a while. It's comedy month, and this is Theme on Screen. Use this link, I guess. Don't know why it keeps changing. See, that was a joke because I just read part of the script that wasn't really part of the script.
The problem is nobody's going to get that.
I don't know. Matt might.
Okay. Well, how are you doing? Welcome to the show. Give it a start.
Welcome to the show, everyone, and Katelynn. It is episode 37, our second episode of Comedy Month, and if you can believe it, I'm even less prepared than I was last week. I don't know. Maybe there's something just about the fact that it's Comedy Month. I'm just personally a joke. But I'm pretty good. I've had a busy week, I guess. So, yeah.
Well, do you want to tell the listeners what you've been up to? Because it kind of sounds like you're...
can't remember. That's the thing. just a lot of partying, a lot of cocaine.
Yeah.
No, I just, let's see. Had some friends in town. We went to Ann Arbor and did a pinball date. So we hung out at Pinball Pete's all day and yeah, just had a lot of fun with that. And they made me a present. Do you want to see what the present is?
I've been waiting all day.
As listeners of the show, the friends that were in town were my friend Tom and his wife, Melissa, a friend of the pod from our Forever Ago episode about It Happened One Night. So, true fans. So are you familiar with the game Halo?
Me or listeners? Me, yes. Listeners, probably.
Okay. Well, in the game Halo, there's a weapon called the Needler, which is a little purple gun that shoots out needles.
Okay.
So Tom used his 3D printer
to
make me a Needler. Oh, yes.
Wow. That's like cosplay level. Like that's
It is cosplay level, yeah.
Are you planning to dress up? Are we going somewhere?
I have a Master Chief helmet, so maybe. I don't know. I've got the helmet and the Needler now, so I guess the world is our oyster.
Wow.
Should we just go to the Windsor Film Festival dressed as Halo characters?
I'm sure people won't be concerned about that at all.
I will use this and my Master Chief helmet, and you can just paint yourself blue like Cortana.
Why do we both have to be Halo? Can't I be somebody else?
What are you going to cosplay as?
I'm going to be Sora from Kingdom Hearts.
She's going to be a boy. Oh, well, cross-dressing. Yeah. I guess that kind of fits in with the theme of our movie tonight, so... Really?
Not well, I guess it is technically. I am taking on the persona of someone who doesn't exist, so I can be whomever I want.
Well, listeners, we don't have a problem with cross-dressing, so Katelynn, you can be whoever you want, and so can you listeners.
Yeah. You guys can be who you want to be. You heard it here first from Theme on Screen. I have a funny story. Do you want to hear my story?
Yeah.
It literally just happened before this pod was being recorded. It was a bummer and a half. But you know how you get a frozen pizza and you're supposed to put it on the rack?
We don't ever put ours directly on the rack. We usually use the pizza pan because it creates less of a mess.
Yeah, well, strap in. So I put it in and it made this sizzling sound. And I think the bottom of it was moist in some way. I don't know. I had only had it out of the freezer for less than 10 minutes. Put it in and I'm hearing the sizzle and I'm smelling something that smells like smoke. Cook it for the 7 minutes. I come back and I can't get the pizza out. It's stuck on the rack. And so I'm using the
spatula.
Spatula. Yep. The spatula thing. And I'm scraping, trying to get it off. And as I'm scraping it and trying to pull the pizza, the whole middle of the pizza just falls down through the racks into the bottom of the oven. So I was able to get out and I had a piece, some of it remained, but there was a bunch of pizza at the bottom. So that's what I was doing before this, was trying to clean the pizza out of my oven. Gotta let it cool down. You can't just go in hot.
It seems like you went in a little too hot, maybe. And that's why
I
it
had it at
melted.
what it said.
I
It was
don't know.
actually frozen in the middle too, so maybe this pizza just wasn't good. Is that
Maybe. Where'd you get the pizza from?
possible? Well, I got it from just the regular grocery store. It was on sale, and now I see why. Like, they were like, oh,
Yeah.
all flavors of this, I think it was like Michi or something like that. Pizza was like $8. And I'm like, oh, that's something I can afford. But I wonder if they were on sale because the middle never cooks and also falls out the bottom.
Yeah. Well, I guess lesson learned. I'm really sorry that that happened to you, and I hope that you were able
It's
to
okay.
get something to eat.
Yeah,
Did you
I
not
had.
eat?
No, I ate it. I ate the pieces
Oh,
that
okay. From the
survived, and I'm
oven?
probably,
You
yeah, I
just used the
scraped the
spatula to. Yeah.
scrape it right into my mouth. Um, yeah, I'm gonna try to have more after. It just like bummed me out that there was just pizza crumbs everywhere. I don't like
Yeah.
dirty. I don't like messy.
Well,
So
well, that's rough. I also had a frozen pizza for dinner. But this entire conversation reminds me of some of the listener feedback we got. Did you happen to see this letter that we got?
we got a letter in the mail.
Yeah. No, it was an email. An email letter.
Oh, okay. No.
So it comes from two sisters that say they are longtime fans of the show, and they say that they really enjoy when we talk about movies, but the banter goes on too long. They like it when a podcast is about 30, 40 minutes. They've got stuff to do, and they don't need to hear about our lives. Signed, Jay Nooney and Kay Simmons.
Okay, I know exactly who that was. Two sisters that had an enjoyable time by a fire pit. I bet.
Also, two very rude people. And I guess if you don't like our banter, there's a couple things you could do. One, there's a fast forward button on literally everything that you're listening to a podcast on, and you can just skip ahead to the part you like. And I don't know, if you don't want to listen to banter and just want movie talk, start your own podcast. Do what we did. Google how to start a podcast, and then do whatever you want. Janelle.
I, for one, appreciate the feedback. I thank them for taking their time to talk to us about what they like and what they don't like. That's what we need to hear. Unfortunately, I thrive during witty banter because sometimes I don't get the movie at all.
Yeah, I'm not even sure we watched a movie this week. Actually, you know what? We're going to do something different this week. We're not even going to talk about a movie at all. This is just going to be all banter.
It's all
So
banter.
fuck you guys. And the funny thing is I left my phone in the other room because I was playing Pokemon Go and the battery was dead. But I did get a text from friend of the show and frequent listener Matt Turner. And he said something along the lines of, love this week episode. The banter was so freaking funny. So you can't
That's
please
right.
everyone. And we're just going to keep doing what we want to do. Janelle.
What was our banter last week? I can't even remember. That wasn't teeth.
I think teeth was the week before, but
We didn't get any good feedback about teeth? That's weird.
yeah, I don't know. I think they like the teeth stuff. Maybe we should pivot to just do a teeth related podcast. We can just interview like dentists and orthodontists and
Well, I was actually thinking it would be more like I collect and find teeth, and then I use the episode to show you what teeth I've collected.
like maybe we can do a
This
deep
one's
dive
a
into
molar.
the person.
This
I
one
thought you were gonna be
has a silver cap.
like you were gonna do a podcast about the person's life that you killed and stole their teeth from.
I don't know why you went to me killing them.
So you're gonna steal their teeth without murdering them. That's fine. Whatever you want to do. It's your podcast.
Listen, there's a whole market for this online, I'm sure. I haven't looked into it, but if I know anything about the internet, there's a market for everything. You want
That's
me to
true.
yell at you while you eat a bowl of spaghetti? Bet. There's something for everybody.
And I don't like being yelled at.
Not you.
Okay,
I wasn't talking about you.
Let's get back on track. Recent movies watched.
Sure.
I've only
You wanna
got
go
one.
first? Was it this week's movie?
No, it was the movie we watched between this week's movie and last week's episode because we both saw it together.
Oh yeah, the Spider-Man movie.
Yes, we did go see Spider-Man Brand New Day, like most of the world apparently, because it's already crossed $1 billion. So, I will share my thoughts briefly. My brief thoughts are I loved the movie. I absolutely loved the movie. I think it might be the best Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. Might just be one of the best Spider-Man movies in general.
I wouldn't go that far. We all watched Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, that one's really bad. Absolutely just love Sadie Sink. I'm so excited for the X-Men. Like I mentioned before, the X-Men are kind of my gateway into like nerd culture as a kid and just like any comic book stuff. Like the X-Men's where it all started for me. So them getting the X-Men right, I think is really important. And I think they started out well because, yeah, Sadie Sink killed it. And I don't know if you saw the news today, but they cast Cyclops.
Who
Kit
is it,
Connor.
Paul?
Are you familiar with Kit Connor? I don't really know who. I think he's in a
Oh, I
show
did
called
see this news.
Heartstopper.
I don't know who he is, though. I'm sorry. That would probably be maybe Taylor would know who he is.
Okay, yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
I don't.
familiar, but looking forward to his
Sorry.
work. And it also looks like
Sorry,
they
Kit.
cast my favorite character, Emma Frost, as Samara Weaving. It's going to be playing her, so I think that is excellent casting, and I'm really excited for that.
Why is she your favorite?
She's just been my favorite. Like, the only comic I really collected as a kid was a comic called Generation X, which was like a spin-off school of Xavier School, but it was like the younger mutants, like Jubilee and some different characters. And the headmaster and headmistress were Banshee and White Queen, aka Emma Frost. So I had, I don't know, like all 75 issues of that, and she just has been
Huh.
a favorite since, yeah, I don't know. She wears white lingerie too. Like, well, I don't know, what are you gonna do?
Ooh. Don't threaten Paul with a good time.
When a little
I
kid sees that.
I am
Anyway.
not familiar with the X-Men so much, and it's only those movies like with the Wolverine that we watched, and Mystique, and Thunder, Storm,
Thunder?
Storm. Got it. Yeah. So I'm not familiar, but I'm here for your excitement. And I will continue to be here for your excitement because that's what you do when your co-host loves something.
It's true. That's why I am going to the BTS concert.
Sorry, Taylor. Pack it up or unpack it up, I guess.
Anyway, what did you think of Spider-Man?
I loved it. I agree. I saw Letterboxd. I came across a few like mixed reviews, but I think overall everyone's just saying that it is so stinking good. I think that it just focused a lot more on that, like I mean, how do I put this? Not mental health, but like he's a lonely guy now. He gave up everything, and the two people that he relied on the most and loved the most don't even recognize him. I mean, that's the huge freaking bummer, man. And so just him trying to navigate that and alongside like his powers increasing and oh man, I feel like I was going to give it away. I stopped myself. It was
That's
really
okay.
good.
I mean, we can spoil movies. I mean, we already spoiled that Jean Grey was in it, though I don't think it's a secret at this point.
Well, no one
I did
Venmoed
see...
me $10, so I guess we're doing that for free.
Did we ask people to Venmo you $10?
Yeah, I did. You didn't see it. I put it up. Yeah, I said Venmo is $10 and we'll tell you who plays. Who Sadie Sink plays.
I remember you said that now.
Come on, man. I'm out here like top tier like comedic efforts and I need you to pay attention.
Sorry. I'm doing my best. I told you it was a busy week. I'm a little tired.
Yeah, a lot of Pokemon Go.
Yeah, a lot of Pokemon Go. She's not kidding, folks. When I said I got back into Pokemon Go, it's taking over. I mean,
he
went
full force.
Have you watched anything else aside from Spider-Man?
Yeah, I rewatched The Mummy. I was coloring and I just wanted something that I'm familiar with, so I put on The Mummy starring Brendan Fraser. That movie rocks. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's peak hot Brendan Fraser for me at least. The Mummy more like
the Mummy
daddy
than the whale. Oh.
Yeah, it is. Yes. And then today I watched this movie called Hall Pass. I finished Game of Thrones and it was just like underneath on HBO. It said like just arrived or like new movie or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. Owen Wilson. Great. That movie blows.
Not as good as the Sex Pass in Gail Daughtry and the Celebrity Sex Pass.
No, this one's like not even a celebrity sex pass. It's a real sex pass. Like these two husbands are just like, oh, we hate being married, blah, blah, blah. And they're just like always checking out women. And so their wives are like, forget it. You have 1 week and you could do whatever you want. Like, hall pass. And the guys are just having a really difficult time, even like sowing any seeds because they're pieces of shit. It's him and Jason Sudeikis. And 2011 Jason Sudeikis is not Ted Lasso Jason Sudeikis, so please don't think you're getting Ted Lasso with this one. It just wasn't good. And then Owen Wilson's wife is played by Jenna Fisher, which we love her. She's great. But they gave her like the weirdest spray tan. The whole time I was so distracted. I'm like, why is she so bronzed in like a really unrealistic way? And I get spray tans, so I know, and you could tell that it was a spray tan. And I'm like, honey, you don't have to do that. Like,
that's unfortunate.
So that
Who
really
played Jason Sudeikis' wife?
Christina Applegate. Oh, and then
in the end, they realized they actually loved their wives.
Yeah. Yeah, they did.
Cool.
Well, I think Jason's character was kind of up in the air because
Mm.
he was like, let's just forget everything that happened. But he was like, he calls it, what did he call it? Like fake munching or something like that. I won't go into it because I think we have children who listen. But
Well, you know what they
there's
say,
some,
eating's not cheating.
okay, well, that's what he was doing, but he doesn't use his mouth for it. He just makes fake sounds and uses his
Okay.
hands. I know.
Oh,
So,
okay. I get what you're
yeah.
saying.
Yeah, so he's like making the sounds, and so she's like, he tells her that he did do something, and then she kind of freaks out and the movie ends, whatever. So I don't really know.
Mm.
All that to say, yes, they did end up loving their wives, and there's two penises in there. Like, I think they just really wanted to make this a rated R movie. I don't know, but there's like one huge dong and one really tiny dong, and I don't know why I'm saying the word dong. It just
Well,
wasn't
there you
good,
go,
guys. It just
listeners.
wasn't good. Don't watch it.
If you're looking for a movie with at least 2 penises in it, then you've got Hall Pass. Caitlin's seal of approval.
I'm so tired of being assaulted by dongs that I'm not aware of.
Well, you were watching Game of Thrones, so I kind of feel like you had that coming.
But I'm familiar with it. But I guess I wasn't familiar the first time I watched either. But it's just like, it didn't make sense. He was like in a hot tub and he fell asleep, which is very dangerous. So then he's screaming because he can't feel his legs. And two guys run in, they're naked, to help him. And then he's crouching down by his head. And so you're looking at his head and there's just penis right here. And yes, I'm using this motion because it was very long.
Mm-hmm.
This part's going on very, very long for how terrible it was.
And that was our movie of the week, Hall Pass. I hope you liked our review. Like, subscribe, comment below. And we kept it, 17 minutes, so pretty short this week. You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome, Katie.
Okay, so yeah, those are the movies you watched. Anything else?
That's it.
Cool. Sounds like you watched more than I did. I caught up on the TV show X-Men 97. I don't know. I guess that's TV shows, but
yeah, no one asked about TV.
I'll just give that a special shout out at the end. Spoiler alert, guys. Yes. What do you want to talk about next? Do you want to create an opposite sex outfit or talk about the sexiest movies we've ever seen?
Well, I mean, speaking of dongs, let's talk about that. I came across a list this week. It was a Reddit link. I wasn't looking for sexiest movies I've ever seen, but someone created a thread and said, hey guys, what are the sexiest movies you've ever seen? And I'm like, that's right up my alley. So there was a lot of strange ones on there, but a lot of just like classic, which I would absolutely think are super sexy. So I was wondering what you think are the sexiest movies ever.
Watch a lot of sexy movies, so maybe I should watch some more sexy movies. I mean, definitely Backrooms, the porn parody of Backdoors. Yeah, fuck, I ruined the joke. What comes to mind?
Do another take?
Yeah, I'll just edit around this. Well, why don't you say some of your favorite sexy movies, and maybe that'll like spur some... I'm just gonna say, you're gonna say something, I'm like, oh yeah, I saw that one too, it's pretty sexy.
Okay, yeah. The Handmaiden was sexy.
Oh, for sure, yeah. That
definitely... was sexual. I don't know how that
is.
Didn't get a XXX. Meow.
Very good movie though. I would recommend it.
I mean, it was great.
Even if you cut out all the scissoring, I think it's still an excellent movie.
And actually, just don't cut it out because you know why we're here.
For
good storytelling.
If you're uncomfortable with it, you can do this.
I'm not. Eyes Wide Shut.
Never seen that one. That's a blind spot for me.
That one I think is quite sexy. Can't go wrong with Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise. He's a little
what
weird,
about
but...
Secretary?
That was next. Secretary was next.
I did scroll through the list that you sent me of the sexiest movies of all time, and I just hadn't seen a lot of them. So I don't know. We can have a sexy thriller month. Yeah. Gosh, I feel like there was something I was going to say that might have even been a joke. Sexiest movie I've ever. I mean, when you texted me, I said, "Hey, Detective Pikachu's not on there," but
yeah,
that was pretty funny, right?
Well, I put "Call Me by Your Name." I find that one very sexy.
Yeah, I didn't like that movie that much, but
you can agree that it's sexy.
I can see that I didn't like the fact that the movie was between an adult male and a child, but yeah, it was sexy.
We know everyone can go back and listen to your opinions, which they're not wrong, listeners. They're just, sometimes I have to suspend my belief.
I just Googled sexiest films of all time and I'm looking at an IMDb list.
Okay, well, I have one more. before you start
Yeah.
naming.
Okay. What is it?
Closer. Have you ever seen Closer?
Closer. Who's in that?
Julia Roberts, Jude Law, Clive Owen, and Natalie
Oh,
Portman.
and Natalie Portman. Yes, I have seen that movie. Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't remember liking it very much, though.
I do. Maybe I'm like
Um,
a little gross.
it's okay. Boogie Nights is on this list, and I don't know if I consider that a very sexy movie, though, because even though it's about porn, I feel like there's lots of nudity and stuff, but it's kind of grimy, and I don't know if I would say it's a sexy movie per se.
I've actually never seen that one, but I'm familiar because doesn't his dong roll out of his pants? Like it's so long that
Yeah,
it just like
it's a
rolls out.
prosthetic, obviously, but yeah, that's the money shot at the end of the movie. And I have
Well, I
the
know what I'm doing
4K
tonight.
I've got the 4K, man. If you want to watch it, we
That's
can
all I want
watch.
is unrolled dick in 4K.
Yeah, I don't know. Made it pretty far into this list, and I just really haven't seen a lot of these movies. Kinsey, I saw Kinsey.
Not that honest.
Yeah, I don't have to keep reading a list and saying that I haven't seen a bunch of movies. We get it, Paul. You don't watch sexy movies.
Well, I know what I'm about.
That's fine.
And I give a fresh perspective to listeners. Some people
Mm-hmm.
might be looking for erotic, not necessarily thriller. Could be an erotic thriller. You just never know, but
Some people like it hot.
they sure do. Speaking of which, we can get into that since you don't have really very many sexy movies that you've seen.
Sorry, everyone. I'll do my best to change.
To get us into the mood for this movie, the two main characters dress up like women to steal jobs from women. We'll get there. So I wanted to make outfits for if we were going to dress up like the opposite sex. So I wanted to know what you would wear if you were a girl.
Do I look just like myself? Or am I actually kind of attractive?
Probably kind of like the movie. I mean, we could put a little makeup on you, give you like a little winged eyeliner if that would make you feel good, and like a little wig, but it's still
the first
you.
thing that came to mind is like I was just going to throw back to our earlier conversation, and I dressed like Emma Frost, the White Queen.
Like in everyday life, like now I am a woman, but I'm dressing like a superhero.
Well,
Oh, you would wear white lingerie.
Yeah, that's what she wears. It's just her everyday outfit. Like,
Welcome to class, students.
yeah,
Mutants.
you should Google her right now.
If I Google her, I'm afraid the computer will set on fire, so I'll wait for later.
Yeah, now she's got a fur like wrap on in this one too. So for sure, you know how much I love fur. Wonder, can I?
Yeah, that's what I always say about you, that you love fur. There you go.
I wonder, can the listeners see this too? Maybe, but
Maybe.
there's Emma Frost, and yeah, apparently, if I were a woman, that's
very
what
sexual for like a headmaster at a school.
Well, that's just what she wears, man. I don't know. Didn't we say we don't judge people?
No, we listen and we don't judge, but nobody's paying attention in school. I'm telling you that right now.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, can you imagine if she'd been your teacher? Okay, everyone. So, Katelynn, now you tell us what you would dress like as a man.
I think I'd probably just dress like myself, but the masculine version. Like I'd be very into Ralph Lauren. I'd be wearing a lot of like, slacks with loafers. Maybe, above the knee shorts with like a baseball hat kind of look and like a button up. I'd probably be
Sammy?
exactly the same. No, not in this situation. I'm Sammy the boy. I'm Sam and Sammy. I go back and forth between Sam and Sammy. No, I don't know. I just thought, I'm like, what would I want to dress like if I was a guy? I'd open up like a Ralph Lauren catalog from 1997 and I'd order everything.
I feel like you would dress like Ash, the Pokemon trainer. That's what I see.
You think I would?
Yeah. That's what I see you as.
Like a hat?
Yeah, a hat and a vest and jeans,
well,
I guess.
That's where I put my Pokeballs in my vest. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, if you're going to ask what I think you should wear, white lingerie.
Well, this has been another completely normal episode.
Get that out of my brain. Not the white lingerie. Ooh.
All right. Cool. Time to talk about the movie?
Yeah, let's get hot.
Okay.
Right? Get hot with some like it hot. I tried.
So, yes, the movie we watched for this week is the classic Some Like It Hot from the year 1959. This movie directed by Billy Wilder, who also directed a bunch of other classic movies that we can talk about if we want to, none of which I've seen. But it stars Tony Curtis as Joe or Josephine or Shell Oil Jr., Jack Lemmon as Jerry/Daphne, Marilyn Monroe as Sugar Cane, Joe E. Brown as Osgood Fielding, and let's say George Raft as Spats Columbo.
Spats Columbo.
And that's the stars of the movie. Do you want to tell us what the movie's about, Katelynn?
Yeah. For those that are maybe going to watch it or not going to watch it or thinking, what is this movie? It is White Chicks. I have decided that this movie is White Chicks. Two musicians witness a murder in Prohibition Chicago and they're now on the run. They need to get out of town and need cash quickly, so they go to their agent and find that a band is hiring in Florida, but they're only hiring women. So the two guys decide to dress as women to take the jobs away from actual women and hide from the mobsters that want them dead for what they saw. Well, there, they meet Marilyn Monroe's character, Sugar, and of course, they fall in love with her. But they're women. Oh no. So Josephine/Joe dresses as himself to seduce Sugar, or, Shell Oil Jr. While Daphne/Jerry meets a man at the hotel and he quickly proposes to him. At the end of the film, the mobsters catch up with the guys and realize who they are and try to kill them, only to be killed themselves by the other mob family members. I don't know. The two gentlemen escape with Sugar and Jerry's new fiance, Osgood.
And ideally live happily ever after? I guess we don't know.
Honestly, good for them. That's a true love story right there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do you think about the director then, if you want to talk about that a little bit?
Billy Wilder, I can pull up. Let's see. I've never seen any of his other movies as far as I know. But let me pull it up anyway, just in case.
There's the other Marilyn Monroe one.
Is that the 7-Year Itch?
Yes.
Or I don't know. Yeah, that's her. So I have seen Double Indemnity. That is actually a noir from very early in his career from 1944. You have seen Sabrina. I have not, though I think, enjoy that movie. Yeah, that's really his last movie came out in 1981. This one, obviously, The Apartment's a really big one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I guess Billy Wilder directed a bunch of classic movies that we haven't seen, except we've each seen a few. One.
Sorry to this man's. Your movies are just not really my style. Sorry.
I thought you liked Sabrina.
I did like Sabrina, but I didn't know that he did Sabrina because when I searched on Letterboxd, that one didn't come up. So I am surprised. I don't know why I missed that one. I'm fine.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
here.
it's not any great thoughts about the director, but I will say that personally, I thought this movie was The Berries.
I'm going to assume that means you liked it.
Yes. That's something Osgood says in the movie. He's like, it's the berries.
Oh.
So, which is 1920s slang for like the bee's knees or... It's something I want to bring back in 2026 is starting to call things that we like the berries. No? Not going to do that?
I'm going to forget that we had this talk. So, to be honest, tell me more about why you thought it was the berries. Then let's let you have a moment here.
Okay, well, I just thought this was a very I want to say writerly movie. The dialogue is so clever, and I think it's the script that really just kind of everything comes through. I picked this movie knowing that it was a classic comedy and it was a movie with Marilyn Monroe, but I didn't know anything about it. And when I saw it was a cross-dressing movie, I was just like, oh no, I feel like cross-dressing, the jokes are just so lame. This is from the late 50s. It's the gender politics are just going to be so outdated and just not funny at all. And so, yeah, really wasn't looking forward to it. And then what we get is something just, completely different. Something that it really reminded me of was the writing in Arrested Development. Just the way a lot of the jokes are really full circle. There's lots of callbacks to things that they said earlier and just become, I don't know, funnier the more that they repeat them. And I guess cross-dressing too, because Mrs. Featherbottom.
Oh, yes, Mrs. Featherbottom.
But yes, there's just so many callbacks, so many double entendres. I started keeping a list of some of them, but then it just got to be too overwhelming. Because I will say I do think we talked about the sexiest movies we've ever seen. This might not be the sexiest movie, but I think it is one of the horniest movies we've ever watched by far. This movie
I think
is
you're right.
incredibly horny.
Everyone's real horny for each other.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't love it, but you knew
Is
I
it because it's
wouldn't.
black and white?
I'm not a black and whiteist. I like black and white movies. I didn't think it was as funny as you. I didn't pick up on any of that. I could see why it is popular. So I'll give it that. Like, I can see why people kind of mark it as a comedy classic. But like I said last week, I think comedy is just really subjective. And this just is not brand of humor.
Katelynn would prefer to watch the movie Hall Pass.
I didn't laugh once during Hall Pass either. So, and I like this one more than Hall Pass.
I do think the actors, the big three, Tony, Marilyn, and Jack, they're just really good at delivering the dialogue too. Like they sell the punchlines. So I don't know. I think it's funny, and it's definitely worth your time, Matt Turner or whoever else is listening. Tell us more why you didn't like it, Katelynn.
I don't know. I can't really explain it. It just didn't grab me. Like, nothing really grabbed me. I almost just I was like, I wanted it to be over.
Wow. I disagree completely. I don't know what to say. You've got to give us, there's got to be some more to go on.
Oh, no,
it's just because it was black and white.
No, I mean, it's not like it was horrible. It's one of those where I'm like, I'm happy that I watched it. It's, to me, the way that they like defined comedy back then, it's almost like, you know, I don't even know, like a Shakespeare like comedy where they're like using the word comedy, but it's actually just a fucking tragedy. Not that this movie's a tragedy, but it's just like, I don't think this is funny, and I didn't think it should be considered comedy. I thought that it was like, I guess maybe slapstick.
There's some slapstick. I mean, there was definitely toward the end, it just kind of reminded me of an episode of Scooby-Doo. But then where did Scooby-Doo copy these things from? Like, obviously movies like this were really influential on a lot of stuff that came after. And I feel like you just look at the year a movie came out and you just go in expecting to hate it. I think you're like, oh, it came out before 1960? Fuck that.
I should do better.
You should do better. We're going to need to start a new podcast with a better version of you. No, it's okay that you didn't like it. I just think you're wrong, because I get what you're saying, that like comedy changes over time, because I think if you look at things, I don't know, old episodes of sitcoms that are just like, wow, did I really think this was funny in the 90s? Like, it's just not funny anymore. Like, I don't know, your favorite show, Friends. That's a show that doesn't make me laugh, but this made me laugh. I laughed out loud, and I thought the jokes, not that it was entirely modern, but like it didn't seem super dated to me at all. So,
well, maybe that's kind of what it is I don't really have a connection to anything that's going on here. I don't know Marilyn Monroe very well. This was very much before both of our times. So I don't know. I don't really have, like, when you're mentioning Friends or whatever, it's like, well, I did watch that when it was on TV. So I can go back to it, whether I think it's funny still or not. Like, I can always go back to it. I mean, there's things from the first couple seasons of Sex and the City that are really out of pocket, but I go back because it's nostalgic. But there really wasn't anything here other than I know who Marilyn Monroe is. Never seen anything from her. I've never heard her really sing except for like "Happy Birthday" to you. You know, it's like that's really all you know of her. And I know Tony Curtis because he's Jamie Lee Curtis's dad.
I didn't know that going in, and I started doing a little bit of research on this, but I got kind of busy. But apparently, he's a real piece of shit, and she has talked multiple times about how her dad wasn't great. But I kind of feel like that's that's Hollywood, right?
Dads, am I right?
Am I right? I guess we can kind of we can talk about themes of the movie. Not that I think there really are many, but speaking of the cast, I'm in the same boat with you. Like, Marilyn Monroe is just such a huge icon, and like, I think someone that is probably just like, we've been aware of her our entire lives, but honestly, I'd never seen anything with her in it either. And I don't even think I'd really heard her speaking voice all that much. Like, literally when I think of her, it is singing Happy Birthday to the President.
Yeah.
And like, maybe even more that being parodied than her actually doing it herself. Right. So I did think that was really interesting to actually see her in a movie, because I thought she was really, really good. Like, she was incredibly funny.
I did write that. I thought she was fantastic. I did not know that she had this in her. She reminded me a lot of Britney Spears, even just the way she looked. Well, I guess we could talk about it when we get there, but I guess she was kind of the Britney of her time, right?
I mean, kind of treated terribly by men, and
Yup.
yeah, yeah. I
Yup.
mean, maybe not the Britney of her time, but just like any woman of every time, because men tend to, we can say Britney Spears, we can say Marilyn Monroe, we can say Judy Garland. I mean, probably Jamie Lee Curtis. Let's just pick a woman in Hollywood, and yeah,
Caitlin Pedri.
Caitlin Pedri, not in Hollywood, but
Woman in Hollywood. I'm adjacent. I've got
adjacent.
tons
We've
of
got a
people
movie
asking me to
podcast.
be my agent, please. Do you have any themes though? I do. I have a couple.
Okay.
I pulled them out. It was difficult.
I mean, this is a pretty jokey, light movie, and I think, I don't know, plot thoughts and themes are going to be a little thin, but themes, I think the most important theme in the movie is that lying to women is the best way to go.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to elaborate on lying to women for the
Um,
listeners?
well, Tony Curtis's character and Marilyn Monroe's character do end up together at the end of the movie, even though he is pretending to be a woman and then also pretending to be a millionaire just to trick her
Yeah.
into, I mean, basically boning, though we don't see any
Well, I
boning.
told you I'm not very smart.
So, yeah, and everything works out. So, yeah, I do think if you were concerned about being honest, we talked about sealing the deal with your hall pass. The best way to do that, I think I found out, is lie. Just lie your ass off.
Yeah, well, I was trying to get you to just suspend reality, but if you just want to go full lie, like whatever works for you. My first one, I just put gender roles.
Okay, so that is my other theme that I have.
Okay.
And I think it is actually very interesting that this movie is oddly progressive for 1959. Like, I did really think that...
How do you know what was going on in 1959?
Look what's going on in 2026. Like, we still haven't come that far.
That's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, gender, elaborate on that. I'm sorry I cut you off. The people want to hear you talk, not me.
I'm feeling really lied to by men right now. No, I just thought that like it was important for the men as they got deeper into being women. And not even deeper. I mean, right off the bat, they were already getting their butts pinched, like getting stared at, getting talked to inappropriately. And I think that it was important that they saw that aspect of being a woman, that it's not just, oh, I'm going to get on this bus and I'm going to get a job and get money. It's like, that's the kind of stuff that we have to deal with like every single day. I mean, I've never been whistled at, but it happens to other people, probably people who don't look like me or, don't have scary faces like me.
It kind of reminded me of the Boy Meets World episode "Chick Like Me," where Corey and Sean become women to.
Oh my gosh! When Sean dresses up and he's like really good looking for a girl, that's so bad.
That did really go kind of, I think, deeper into what women actually has to face as far as sexual harassment. And there's not a ton of that here because they do start getting sexually harassed, but I don't know, it's kind of just at the beginning of the movie because then the Jack Lemmon character and Osgood do kind of hit it off. So.
Yeah.
But I think,
I just wrote that it felt like maybe they learned or could have learned or hopefully learned a little bit of empathy through their journey. A little empathy for being a woman.
And it does seem like, I mean, just the funny thing, I guess, as far as gender roles go, just the Osgood Perkins character, or Osgood Perkins, oh my God. The Osgood character, and what was Jack Lemmon's character's name?
Josephine. No, Daphne.
Daphne, like, they kind of have a great time together. It doesn't really matter what their birth genders are. Jack Lemmon does kind of think that he's like, oh man, I'm definitely going to marry this guy. Like, he thinks it's gross at first, and then he has such a wonderful night with him that he's just like reliving them, like, playing with the maracas. Yeah. And I don't know. It was kind of oddly sweet.
I was just going to say it was kind of sweet. And that's why, maybe I said it during like Call Me By Your Name, but sometimes it's like you can't really help who you love and you just love them, or like that scene from Schitt's Creek where she's talking to David and he's like, I don't really care about what's in or what the label is. Like, I care what the wine is inside, like trying to explain like what it means to be pan. And not that I think Osgood is that in any way. I think he just has a great time with Daphne, and he's like, okay, sure, let's keep having a good time.
Yeah.
Here's a beautiful bracelet. Get on my boat. Let's go.
Willing to get married after one night together. Do you think people
Yeah,
really
that's
got married
pure.
or got engaged that fast back then?
Well, yeah, I mean, it was the 20s, so don't you think you better get engaged or you might die? Like, you'd
Yeah,
get,
that's
like,
true.
diphtheria and probably just, like, die.
Yeah, good point.
So you really had to strike while the iron was hot.
People were only living till like 40 max, so
Yeah,
they
I
had
mean,
to
he
get
only
that.
had maybe another 10 years out of Daphne,
Well, I think
so
Osgood was supposed to be in his 70s, wasn't he?
he just wanted someone to spend his twilight years with.
Well, this was what, his seventh wife?
And now it's just his seventh partner
Yeah. Well,
at that
anyway,
point.
what are we talking about?
Oh, well, we were on themes, but I guess I also kind of wrote progressiveness, so I think that can kind
Yeah.
of go hand in hand. So there was
Yeah.
some things that were quite progressive, true affection and romantic interest overriding the binary
Mhm.
rules of who you're supposed to love or, who, quote, quote,
Who?
who you're supposed to be with, whom. I did write
Yeah,
whom. I don't know why I said who. I wrote whom. I can
it's
prove it to
okay.
you.
I believe you. Yeah, I
Uh-huh.
do think it's not a very deep movie. It's a silly movie, but those themes are there. And yeah, I just kind of thought it was refreshing because I thought, I don't know, it was going to be a little bit more cliche or I don't know, it's just something like women, am I right? And that's not at all what we got. So
More white chicksy.
more, I've never seen White Chicks. I can admit that right now, but yeah, probably more White Chicksy.
Well, it's actually almost exactly like White Chicks, if you think about it.
I haven't seen it though, so I don't know.
I know, it's fine. And then my last theme is police incompetence. Because why was that guy so bad at just arresting people? He, like, even in that ending scene, he walks into a place where he knows they're all in the mafia. These people are shot probably 1,000 times, and he just goes, I think someone cooked here, or whatever the fuck he says. And I'm like, why are you so bad at arresting people? And then he just calmly says, no one's leaving this room. Like, I would have ran. This guy has no idea what he's doing. Even from the jump, he had no idea what he was doing.
Well, yeah, because when they go into the club at the beginning and when he's busting up the speakeasy, he literally takes his police badge out to like punch his cigar. And it's like,
yeah.
Really, man?
He might as well have stood up and been like, I'm a cop. Okay. And like sat down. So I just thought that he was just not very good at being cop, and it should not have taken him this long to arrest Spats Magoo. And just
also, like, I don't know,
incompetence,
he's in. Well, actually, no, he was an FBI agent, wasn't he? Because I was going to say he doesn't have jurisdiction in Florida. Why do you even follow him there? But
was he FBI? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, he did have a badge. Did FBI like they?
No,
I
they
don't
usually
know.
have
I
the
can't
jacket
remember.
that says FBI to denote that they're in
Yeah.
the FBI. Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know. Guess this whole movie just falls apart.
Because of that. Do you have any other themes?
No, that's really all I had for themes.
Okay. How about cast?
Again, I thought the three leads, or I guess you can even say four with the actor that played Osgood, were all just really funny. They were really great at the line reads. Yeah, don't know. Let's see. I'm going to look at Tony Curtis's filmography real quick because I can't think of anything that I've seen him in, but that doesn't mean that that's correct.
I know what he was in because of a very specific line in the movie Clueless.
What else was he in? Jamie Lee Curtis's mom?
He was in Spartacus.
Oh, yeah, Spartacus with Kirk Douglas, yep.
Yeah, because Cher says, Christian brought over some movies, and he's a really big Tony Curtis fan, so he brought over Spartacus and Some Like It Hot. I made cookies. And like she burns the cookies, remember? And she's like wearing that sexy red nightie. And she's like, do you want some wine? And he's like, what is it about drinking wine that makes people want to be like sexy? Because remember, Christian's gay.
Christian's gay, and Cher doesn't realize that he's gay. Yes, I do. I've seen Clueless a lot.
But do you think is Tony Curtis known as like a gay icon?
I don't know. I mean, it might have just been that he was really into him because he was attracted to him. Because, he does he likes classic movie stars and stuff in the movie, right? Like, isn't he taking inspiration from like James Dean
and
or
he's
something?
Like, yeah. What does he think? The death of Sammy Davis Jr. left a hole in the Rat Pack? Cher's dad.
Okay.
I'm good. See?
Yeah, you're good. We should have done Clueless instead.
Yeah.
Yes, anyway, scrolling through his filmography, not really familiar with a lot of his work. Obviously, like I said, I wasn't familiar with a lot of Marilyn's work, but I really liked her here. And Jack Lemmon, I think probably from our childhood, the thing we remember him from most is Grumpy Old Men, right?
I've never seen Grumpy Old Men.
I don't think ever seen it, but I'm just aware of Grumpy Old, like I feel like it was a big part of the culture because there was Grumpy Old Men and Grumpier Old Men, right?
Grumpier. They got grumpier after that.
That was Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau, and yeah.
Yeah, the thing about Jack Lemmon, just off of him in this movie, I had to go double check that he'd never been the Joker because every time he'd say a line after, ha ha ha, or like that laugh he did after, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
the
this
laugh
is
was
this guy
pretty distinct.
auditioning for the Joker? Like, what is he doing?
He really went for it. Yeah, I do think they both Tony Curtis and Jack Lemmon really hammed it up. Like they're playing caricatures. This is kind of just a live action cartoon. But I don't know if you know this. Jack Lemmon was actually nominated for Best Actor for this.
Oh, do you think Tony was mad?
I'm not sure. Um, he did not win. He did, in fact, win the Golden Globe for Best Actor, and Marilyn Monroe won the Golden Globe for Best Actress.
Oh, that's sweet.
So yeah, I guess I don't know a lot about his performance style or any of the other things that he did to kind of compare that, but he was really funny here. Like these characters are broad. I really
And the
like Tony
broads.
Curtis, yeah, and the broads.
And
Wow,
there's some broads.
comedy women, am I right? I did really like when Tony Curtis was playing Shell Oil Jr. because he put on a ridiculous accent. And from what I read, he was basically trying to do a bad version of Cary Grant. So I thought that was pretty funny as a Cary Grant stan.
Hmm.
And yeah, just good cast. Like they really pulled off. I know I keep like hammering home the point that I thought they did a great job delivering the lines, but this movie's all about the zingers, and you really need to, like, I don't know. It's kind of just that classic movie, like fast talking, razor sharp, like just witty rapport, and all three of them were great.
I don't think that any of their acting was my problem, so just wasn't my cup of tea. But more on Marilyn, just, like I said, she was a real surprise for me. I really did not know that she had this in her. And I don't know if you saw this or maybe it was just me, but it was almost like the same as in The Preacher's Wife, and there was like a halo kind of look around her the whole time in the movie. Like, did she get lit up differently? Because I feel like as soon as she came on the screen, it was just like brighter.
Oh, I
Like
don't
she
know. I
was,
didn't really notice that.
oh, okay. Maybe I did. Just, or
Maybe
maybe
she's
that's what I
just kind of the
wanted.
person that brightens a room, like me.
I know. I wonder what she was like.
I did hear working with her on this film was incredibly difficult for lots of people. She would frequently show up hours and hours late. Had to do so many different takes, like I think upwards of like
Yeah.
50 to 70 takes for different things. Couldn't remember her lines, so they like had her lines taped all over in different places so
Yeah.
she could just read off the cards. But the director, what I saw that he said after it was a terrible experience for him, but he said something along the lines of like, just about anyone can show up and like know their lines, but it takes someone really special to not know their lines and deliver a performance like that. So even
Hmm.
he admitted that her performance was great.
Me. Um,
Yeah, you,
and then I
me for
also
this
saw that
podcast.
apparently in her contract, she always had to be filmed in color, but the guy's makeup was so bad and caked on that it made them look like green or gray or
Mm,
something. So they literally couldn't shoot this in color. Like they could have the
it
technology
just would have looked
existed.
worse.
It would have looked like they were, disgusting, maybe dead. They probably looked dead with it.
Would have been a
I
zombie
meant to.
movie.
I'm mad because I meant to put on a red lip. I wanted to Marilyn Monroe it today and I
Oh,
forgot.
maybe
Shucks.
we can just do it next week. Or, I guess I'll say this now. Next week we're watching Tropic Thunder, which I haven't seen, but I do know Robert Downey Jr. does blackface for that, so maybe you could do blackface next
Yeah,
week.
yeah, actually, I do want to alienate more people and really just drive home that I'm a piece of shit. So,
Don't worry, if we haven't done it already, we'll get there soon.
oh gosh. Okay. Do you have any plot thoughts?
This plot is so thin. Like, I don't know. They go to Florida and then they're trying to hook up with Marilyn Monroe. There's an extended kissing scene that goes on way too long.
That's exactly what I wrote here too. I said that one went on so long.
It did. I will admit that. I liked it, but they could have cut out at least one or two of the kissing scenes because they kept they cut back and forth between Tony Curtis
Hmm.
and Marilyn Monroe making out and Jack Lemmon and Osgood like dancing at a club. And like they do it like 3 or 4 times, and they probably could have done it
Yeah,
once,
like
and
we
we would
get
have
it.
gotten the gist of it. But I think maybe I don't
Yeah.
know if you're like getting paid to do an extended take making out with Marilyn Monroe, maybe you just want that in the movie too.
Yeah, honestly, preserve that. Just preserve that for the rest of time. The only thing I wrote here other than that was, some of the scenes just kind of dragged on too long for me. Could have cut a good amount of that out. And then I just mentioned again that I think that White Chicks really, they saw White Chicks, or the director of White Chicks saw this and was like, I got something for you. I could do you one better.
You're
And
really hammering home the
it's the
point with
Wayans brothers. I got
Mhm.
you. You need to watch White Chicks and then come back next week and let me know. Just tell
I'm
me if
probably
I'm
not
crazy.
gonna. No, you're crazy.
It's not what I wanted. Do you have any favorite
Okay,
moments? Oh, you have more?
I thought a lot of the jokes. No, I've got nothing. The plot is so
Okay.
thin in this movie.
Yeah. This was
Just
moving
yes,
really quick.
it is. We're gonna get you, Janelle. It'll be a short episode, no matter what. A lot of the jokes that were really funny to me, like when he's telling her the story about how his girlfriend died, and they're both glasses wearers, and they took their glasses off to go in for their first kiss, but they were in front of at the lip of the Grand Canyon, and she fell off the Grand Canyon. I mean, come on, how do you not think that's funny? Nothing for you.
No,
Okay.
sorry.
The fact that he can't figure out how to like drive the boat forward so that he's driving the boat backwards, and even when they
Oh,
get off the
yeah.
boat to come back, he's driving it backwards again. That was
Uh-huh.
really funny. I guess aside from just listing jokes, I did really like that when they kind of showed that Sugar was actually a lot smarter than she let on, because even when she's getting broken up with, she's like, well, you did me a favor because you're giving me a bunch of insider information so I can go call my stockbroker tomorrow and buy a bunch of shares.
Yeah,
Like,
that was a smart little line. Yeah.
mm-hmm. What else? I had one more. Oh, and just like, okay, so I did say lying to women and like they are kind of pieces of shit, but then you also see how much she's willing to lie and do exactly what they're doing. Like she thinks she's meeting a millionaire and she's willing to lie about everything about herself to land a rich husband. Because she brings up the Sheboygan Conservatory where they said they're from, like instant, like, so I thought that was really funny. There was one other thing that I thought was really funny that I wanted to say. Well, I really liked when she said, I don't want you to think I'm a drinker or anything. I can stop whenever I want to. I just don't want to.
I wrote down, I don't know what the point of making this woman just drink constantly was, but I got worried for her for a minute. Like that line specifically, that's like something I think alcoholics would say. Like, don't worry, I can stop at any time.
I think she might have had a bit of a drinking problem and it's played for laughs. So I guess if you or someone you know is suffering, you can just call this number right here. But in the movie, it was pretty funny.
I wrote that down. I said this poor girl, she couldn't stop drinking. Does someone need to help her? And then to that effect, the women having the bar in the cubby, I thought was cute. Although I did think it went on quite long. I think that could have been ended a little sooner, but it was funny that they all just wanted to drink so bad and everybody brought something different to like their makeshift bar. And I don't know if this was a thing, but they were using that like heating bottle as like their cocktail shaker. Wasn't that a heating bottle?
I think it was just a really old school cocktail shaker.
I've never seen one like that. Like it, because it looks like the ones you fill up with warm water and like you use it when your back hurts or like your period. But they were like shaking up Negronis in it.
Mm-hmm.
Which
I did like that.
Great.
You know, alcohol was banned on the train, but like literally everyone had alcohol with it. I mean, it was also prohibition, so alcohol was just banned everywhere. But
what a terrible time.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible.
And yeah, this movie, it is just full of like really, really funny lines of dialogue, and like they get around the censors by just a lot of, you know, double entendres, and we all know what they're saying, but they're not actually saying it.
Yeah. Okay. I hear you there. I hear you there.
Or like when you're first introduced to the Marilyn Monroe character, she walks past a train and then the train shoots out steam. Like, yeah, we know where that's going.
Right up in her dress. And I really liked the first band performance where they did have Marilyn perform. I just thought that was sweet. And again, like both of us said, we have never really heard. I mean, maybe this is something I can look up later, but did she even have any albums, like music, or was she just more of like an iconic person? You know, like, is there a Marilyn Monroe CD? Not a CD, but you know what I mean, like a compilation of songs. Did she write her own music?
So according to the internet, she did not release any traditional studio albums, but it was a lot of film soundtracks, original cast recordings, and then stuff that were put together after she died. So no Marilyn Monroe albums in her lifetime.
Yeah, so weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I do think she was just one of those people that just, I don't know, she was iconic. Obviously a good actress. Wasn't she in the very first issue of Playboy? Wasn't that her?
I'd have to pull out my collection.
Okay, well, you can get your old porno mags after the episode and we can clarify that, but
Yeah, I'm hiding them under my bed right now, so don't
Mhm.
worry. I'll just get those.
So I guess if we're both just going to pick one thing that we can agree that we both liked about this movie, it was Marilyn
It's
Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe. Yeah,
hmm
I guess I like Marilyn Monroe. She's
I did too.
beautiful.
Well, she obviously was beautiful, and her life is pretty tragic, and
Yeah.
I feel bad for her, but she was a lot of fun. I mean, this movie, I guess if we're talking about favorite and cinematic moments, they definitely go out of the way to show her like running in scenes where she's not wearing a bra. Um,
She
so
was definitely not wearing a bra in that makeout scene on the boat that
hmm
went too long because, well, one, you could see the open back of the dress. So I don't know what was holding those babies up, but all she was covered on her nibbles with like jemmies. I thought we might see something. They had
yeah,
her in a,
which
I mean, if I could find that dress now, I mean, that was stunning. That was a stunning dress.
she's a beautiful person, and I guess I just want to make sure that we're not just talking about her beauty because she obviously had acting chops too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we said that.
Yeah. Cool.
Cool. What did you think about the ending then?
I mean, I thought it was sweet. So the movie ends with Jack Lemmon revealing that he's actually a man, and Asuka just looks at him and says, "Nobody's perfect." Like he's still willing to go along and marry him. So again, just
Yeah.
speaking to some of the progressive themes for the time or even for now, I thought that was really nice and funny. Like I did think it was kind of lame and everything like wraps up a little bit too nicely that she realizes she's been lied to the entire time and she's like, still gonna go for it. I just like, shitty guys. But again, this isn't that serious of a movie, so it didn't really need that serious of an ending. Like if this was real life, I'd tell her to run away, but
Love is
it
love,
was,
baby.
yeah,
Love is
love is
love.
love. That is the
I
message of the movie, isn't it?
I like the ending, and maybe this will resonate with you because you liked this part too. But it kind of just reminded me that line, like nobody's perfect. I just thought of in The Holiday when Iris and Arthur are talking, or earlier in the movie, and then when Miles is talking to Iris later, and he says, that he wrote the line like, "Here's looking at you." He added "kid," like he added "Here's looking at you, kid," and it's like the best line. And so I think for me, like nobody's perfect is kind of the same as, "Here's looking at you, kid." Does
Yeah,
that
just
make
like
sense?
iconic line to
Yeah, just like
yeah.
end it with something like
Mm-hmm.
sharp. And I liked it. I like that they're all in love, and I like that Osgood kind of redeemed himself because he was a
Yeah.
little gross at the beginning, and he did get stuck in the elevator with him at the beginning too, right? And he's like, "What kind of woman do you think I am?"
Yeah, I mean, just speaking of kind of the double entendres and like the sexual imagery that they get away with, like when they start going up in the elevator and then that happens and then you see the thing on the elevator just kind of go like droop and then they come back down and he slaps him. So
Oh, I see.
yeah,
I see what you're saying.
funny
Yeah.
stuff to me at least.
Good one.
Yeah,
All right.
like it was a penis.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I've seen a
like
lot
in that
today.
movie you watched, Hall Pass.
Yeah. Couple of those today. Do you have any miscellaneous thoughts?
Miscellaneous thoughts. Not really. I thought the music was a lot of fun, pretty jazzy, kind of really just fit with like the slapstick nature of the movie. I almost feel like miscellaneous thoughts sometimes is where we should just call it musical thoughts because that tends to be where we talk about the music. But I don't know, soundtrack zipped along. The band performances were a lot of fun, like you said. I don't know. For me, this movie, I would just say it's the berries and you should watch it. So
I'm kind of middle. If you're a Katelynn and this is not your normal cup of tea, don't listen to anything I've said today except for watch The Mumby, starring Brendan
The Mumby?
Fraser. The Mumby. Watch The Mumby starring Brendan Fraser because I have not made good choices this week as far as films.
Well, you always want sexier movies, and then we watch like the horniest movie that we have done for this podcast, and it's still not enough for you. So I don't know.
More
I don't know how to help you,
horny.
Katelynn.
More horniness. Well, hopefully Tropic Thunder is horny.
Have you ever seen Tropic Thunder? Is that going to be a blind spot for you as well?
It's a blind spot. I mean,
Okay,
I'm familiar.
blind spot for
though.
both of us.
Yeah.
Cool. So I guess that's it. Wrapping up the episode now.
Yeah, that's it.
Should we just do
The
20 more minutes
sisters
of
will be good.
banter for the end of the
The
episode?
sisters
so
are really
they
gonna
can
like
just
this
turn it
episode.
off?
Yeah. Or we'll just sit here in silence and stare at them through the camera, and then they can make
Yeah.
the choice to fast forward or not.
Yeah, thanks, Katie.
Yeah.
She
Do you have any non-movie
also
shout out?
she
Go ahead.
didn't even really think it was sweet or anything that I like had a hard time picking a celebrity sex pass because I wouldn't cheat on her. She was like, I don't think you get the point. Stop over analyzing it. Just pick someone. So
That's what I said too. I'm
yeah.
on Team Katie with that one. Did she tell you who hers was?
It's Tony Curtis.
No, it's not. But Tony Curtis as Spartacus.
Yes. Well, I don't think Tony
she's a
Curtis
real
is Spartacus,
Christian.
is he? Spartacus was
I don't know.
yeah. Well, we'll get to Spartacus someday.
Great.
Okay.
I can't wait.
Anyway, do you have any shout outs for things that aren't movies?
No.
Nothing. 2 weeks in a row with
No.
no shout outs from Katelynn.
I know. I don't have a lot going on. My shout out is to the girl who cut Charlie's hair today because he looks really good, and she took a lot of TLC with him because he does not like getting his hair brushed. And we kind of figured out that's the issue. So if she just cuts it really short, doesn't really have to brush it, that's less tools. He doesn't bother her as much. So he was gone for a big chunk of the day. But he looks like this big now, like real small.
I'm proud of you, Charlie. Yeah, I guess like I said at the beginning of the show, I'm just gonna shout out X-Men '97. I've really been enjoying watching that, and I've started reading some more X-Men comics again. So I guess my shout out is to the X-Men.
There you go. And Mrs. Frost, whatever. That's different.
Emma
That's
Frost.
a different person. Okay. Do you want to tell everybody where they can find us? Because we already told them what we're watching next week. So
yes, we will be back next week with another completely normal episode about Tropic Thunder. You can find us on the internet anywhere that you get your podcast. Just search for Theme on Screen. You can go to our YouTube Theme on Screen or our Instagram, which is theme dash underscore.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Period.
Theme dash screen. Period.
Theme dot on screen. You know what? It's like he's not even on the specially curated Instagram that I've created.
I check it sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you very much for listening. We hope you have a great week. And if you want to watch the movie with us, watch Tropic Thunder.
Yes. See you soon. Goodbye.
Goodbye.